All right, and welcome to the Clinton Basketball Tournament. My name is James Hickle. I'm here with Spencer Edwards, and we are getting ready for the Adrian. Wow, I did that right off the bat, didn't I? El Dorado Springs and Grandveiw Christian School or Academy. Is it Academy or school? It's school.
Grandveiw Christian High School. Yeah, so we're ready for our first boys game of the night, James, and should be exciting. And we're very glad to have our stream for this game as well on the El Dorado Chamber of Commerce Facebook page. So we want to thank them for allowing us to stream this one, as we've got the El Dorado Springs Bulldogs, 7-7 on the year, getting ready to take on Grandveiw Christian High School here tonight in this matchup. And again, we finish out the night with a couple boys games. We started the night with two girls games, and it's a situation where we've already got two girls teams in the winners bracket round. Just a moment ago, we wrapped up. Adrian defeated Lakeland pretty handily, put together a big second half, won the ball game 63-31, so they're off to the winners bracket round to play the winner of Clinton and Hogan Prep. And then earlier tonight, top-seeded Nevada on the girls' side defeated Harrisonville 75-28. So the Nevada girls will play the winner of Warrensburg and Odessa. So here tonight in this one, should be an interesting matchup. El Dorado Springs comes in here tonight looking for a big victory, as we'll give you their starters, starting at guard. Number 1, Preston Robinson, followed by number 5, starting at the other guard spot. That's Ian Esri, also a junior. And then starting at the other guard spot, number 25, Gavin Morgan. He is a junior. Then they'll have starting inside at forward, number 40. That is Will McKinney. And also starting at guard tonight for the Bulldogs will be number 22, Clayton Collins. He is a junior. Starters tonight for Grandveiw Christian, they will have starting at guard number 0, Mario Cheatham, followed by number 11, that is Dallas Allen. Then they'll have starting inside number 13, Peyton Downey. Starting at other guard tonight will be number 15, Anthony Watkins. And I think they had one more out there. Yeah, number 5, that's Irvin Liz. He'll start at the other guard tonight for this Grandveiw Christian team. So Grandveiw Christian, they start 1, 2, 3, 4 seniors. So 4 of their 5 are seniors, so pretty experienced ball club. And most of El Dorado Springs' roster, they are juniors. Doesn't look like they start any seniors, and they just have one senior on the team. So we are set for basketball, and of course the boys format is a little different. It's a round-robin setup, and me and James will talk more about that as we go along here in this one. So you don't really have any technical seeding, if you will, like you do on the girls' side. And then the nightcap game tonight will be Warrensburg and Lakeland. So we are underway, and glad you could be with us here tonight streaming live.
I definitely want to say thanks to the El Dorado Springs Chamber of Commerce for allowing us to stream the basketball games over to them. It's a little bit of a drive to get over here to Clinton. I know it's about 55 minutes every time I come down for one of the chamber luncheons. So a little bit of drive. I know not everybody can make it. Now they can see it. And I just want to say thank you to all those people watching as well.
Absolutely. We are glad to be here bringing it to you live. So had a missed shot there a moment ago, and then a block at the other end. El Dorado looked like they were going to have a run-out opportunity, and now miss off the inbounds and quickly back the other way. Here comes Grandveiw Christian. Downey kick out. 3-ball good. Nice shot for Irvin Liz as he buries the triple. And Grandveiw Christian up on the board first in this one at 3-0. Esri outside. Into the corner, Collins with it for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs led by head coach Joel Braden. Got an opportunity to see them. They competed down in the Warsaw tournament. And they are a team coming in even at 7-7 on the year, so trying to get over the 500 mark here tonight as the pass inside, intended that time for Collins, goes right through his hands out of bounds. And that'll be the second turnover of the night on El Dorado. Grandveiw Christian with the ball up here early at 3-zip. Anthony Watkins up top with the basketball. Little 1-2-3 zone extended, it looks like, for El Dorado. And here's a travel on Mario Cheatham, and that'll give it back to El Dorado. First turnover for Grandview.
I suspect that Cheatham name is one we're probably going to hear about a lot. We don't know much about this team because when you go onto Misha, they're not really listed.
Yeah, we couldn't find their schedule, so we're not sure of their record. But they definitely play some big schools up there in the Kansas City area. I think they are a Class 4 team, I think. As they drive into the paint, El Dorado gets a good look there. That was a tough drive by Preston Robinson, and he's going to go to the line. So he will find his way here to the charity stripe for his first free throws of the night, and first free throws by either side in this one. They give that foul to Irvin Liz, his first team foul 1. Robinson missing the first.
Yeah, it's been difficult to find really much information about it. I did talk to their coach a few weeks back, and he told me at the time I think they played 12 games, and that was, I think, 2 or 3 weeks ago. So he says that they play a lot of teams. They schedule as many games as they can get.
Yep.
And they have won a lot of games.
2-3 zone for El Dorado as they get that first point on the board. Robinson got that second. So 3-1 ball game with Grandview Christian on top. First round matchup here in boys round robin format. Each team is guaranteed 2 games in the first round. And they get the steal here. El Dorado, good defense out top, and Robinson will set it up at the other end, trying to turn it into some points for the Bulldogs. Collins has it poked away. Nice play made by Dallas Allen. He's going to go coast to coast at the other end, scores the bucket, and he's fouled. So Allen, he's got great size out there. They've got him listed at 6'7", and he can fly up and down the floor and use that good length in there to get that steal. So he'll go to the line looking for a 3-point play, 5-1 Grandview Christian. And he swishes the free throw. Foul was called on Gavin Morgan for Eldo. That was his first.
Yeah, there's definitely a height advantage here with Grandview Christian.
Yeah, they've got size, no doubt. Not too many high school players you see on the floor at 6'7", and look at him out guarding the perimeter, very intense pressure. El Dorado able to get it back, though, and that time Collins tried to fit the bounce pass in, and it's stolen away by Cheatham. So Grandview looking to push their lead out here. Oh, and there's a travel. Yeah, that was a good call as Allen got caught in between trying to pass that and dribble. Turnover number 2 on Grandview. 4:55 left here in the first quarter. Bulldogs will set it up half court, man-to-man pressure for Grandview. There's a nice take. Collins in the corner, 3 ball, no good for Esri. Rebound Allen, nice pass up ahead, looking for Cheatham, but it goes off of his hand out of bounds. Well, they had a look there, James, but just couldn't quite connect in the open floor. But you look at their size, James, and they've got Cheatham at 6 foot, Liz at 6'1". Allen and Downey are both 6'7". And then they've got a kid on their bench as well who's listed at 6'11", and another one that's listed at 6'4". As there's a 3 from Esri, nothing but net. Good-looking shot. So you've got a guy that's 6'4" and 6'11" that aren't even starters. I mean, that's, man, oh, man. You talk about depth with height. That's some depth for sure.
Yeah, and, you know, I heard kind of through the grapevine that Cheatham was really good and that you'd see a lot of him, and he's the shortest guy out there.
Yeah, and here's a take by Allen, missed, and unable to get it back was Downey. Good job by El Dorado. They come out of the pack with it. Here comes Morgan the other way. Into Esri, has it blocked. There's the big guy, Downey, the block. They've got a 2-on-3 at the other end, and we've got a whistle. And it looks like we got a foul called on El Dorado. Blocking foul on Preston Robinson for the Bulldogs. So that'll be his first, second team foul. Grandview still leading here 6-4. Early going of this game, 3:40 left in the first. Cheatham up top with it, and this is interesting. They were playing zone. Eldo has not played man-to-man yet, so they're really making it tough inside. They're trying to pack it in, force Grandview to shoot the ball from the outside, and that's what any good coach will say. We got to play zone when we're giving up some height. So that's why El Dorado's doing that. Here they get a rebound. Allen had the board, misses the follow, and a good job by Collins to get the rebound for El Dorado. Bulldogs have a shot here, 3-on-2. Grandview able to get back, though, pretty quickly. Robinson brings it back outside.
Their defense is definitely working because, it's 6-4, so they're in this game. Height-wise, there's a big height difference, but they're sticking with them here.
Yeah, and there's a bump, but no call as Morgan, I thought he definitely got fouled there, but he misses the shot. Now here the Grandview Eagles come the other way. 3-ball in the corner, good look, but missing it is Watkins. Rebound the other way. Shot missing for Collins, and then a good effort there. Almost saving it in was Will McKinney for El Dorado Springs.
While we're during the warm-ups, I did see some of the guys dunking the ball on Grandview's side.
Yeah, yeah, they got the size to do it, that's for sure. So we get a timeout called here by Grandview, it looks like. 2:38 left here in our first quarter. And again, want to thank Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent Aaron Collins, locally here in the Clinton Deepwater area. We really appreciate him as our timeout sponsor. And also certainly want to thank Primitive Old Crow, Oak Star Bank, the Landmark Restaurant, Jim Rishikata Group, and Hankins Grain. We're streaming live on the C-Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing Facebook, also on Primitive Old Crow's Facebook, Landmark Restaurant Facebook page. James Hinkle, of course, you know where to find him at his Facebook and on his YouTube page. Also Radford Media Group, streaming it live as well. And also we want to thank El Dorado Springs Chamber of Commerce, as James said, for allowing us to put this game on their Facebook page as well. So El Dorado hanging into this game, though, 6-4, and definitely a little bit of a slow start for the Bulldogs, but I like the fact that they're playing zone. I think Coach Braden knows, to have a chance against those big guys. You're going against two guys inside that are both 6'7". That's tough. So you've got to find a way to pack it in, make it tough on those guys. As you see the 2-3 again here for Eldo, they extended out a little as Liz to the bucket. Nice move, missed the shot, got it back, and missed the follow. Oh, but there's a big boy inside, and Downey, one of the 6'7" trees, able to get the finish on the putback. 8-4, Grandview leading. Yeah,
they get underneath the post like that, and that size difference is definitely giving them an advantage. They rebounded that 3 different times.
Esri on the kick, 3. McKinney missed. That was a good kick to him. Here we go, run out opportunity. Cheatham to Robertson, missed it, and then tried to tip his own miss in, but unable to do so. Nice board by McKinney. So here come the Bulldogs. Robinson, nice drive. Shot, no. And it's saved. Oh, McKinney. Oh, that hurts, doesn't it? Yeah. That hurts. That hurts. McKinney threw it off of Downey, out of bounds, so it's going to stay with El Dorado Springs. Robinson will throw it in down on the low baseline and kick it out top. Collins, and that pass was tipped. Good hustle by and that's the other thing, James. These big guys, Downey and Allen, they can both move. They're mobile. It's not as if they're big and slow. They're very athletic. Of course, right now, Dallas Allen is not on the floor.
That's correct.
And both those guys are seniors as well for this Grandview Christian team.
With this bracket set up the way it is, it's a little different than everybody's used to seeing, but there's no top seed. So in this round robin type situation, it's like they're playing for how they're going to be seeded in this tournament.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of a pool play deal where you got to get out of your pool, so to speak, to get to the winner's bracket round, or what would typically be considered the winner's bracket round in an 8-team tournament, which the girls' field is 8. As we come to the end of this first quarter. So good action thus far, up and down ball game. El Dorado down 8-4. There's a good entry pass into Downey, and he'll score it. And that's where Eldo's got to be careful. You can't let him catch the ball that deep in the post, because at 6'7", he gets it that low under the basket, and he's going to score 9 times out of 10. Esri on the drive. Good kick. 3-ball. Collins got it. Nice shot for the Bulldogs. That is Clayton Collins, the junior, nailing a 3, and that's a big shot for El Dorado Springs to make it 10-7. Grandview at the other end. Going to milk this clock down. There's a spot-up look for Watkins. Missed. Chance for Eldo now. Final shot of the quarter with 10 seconds. Here comes Collins.
You know, we were talking about they're not seeded, but I do want to kind of point out something that
there's a steal real quick, and the end. They got a shot. Oh, no good. I think that would have counted, but it would have been awfully close as they tried to beat the buzzer there off of the steal. But as you were saying there, as we head to the second here in just a moment.
Yeah, there's no seeds in this pool play, but I'll point out that Grandview Christian and Lakeland, who have the most wins, do not play each other in this pool play. So, in a way, they've kind of given them a nod, it looks like, that said, hey, okay, you guys are the top two. We're not going to let you knock each other out.
Right.
Because, in all likelihood, you might see those two in the championship round.
Yeah, that definitely could be a possibility. And, of course, we're very anxious to see Lakeland tonight. We just saw Coach Collins' team come in the building as they're going to be playing the 9 o'clock game against Warrensburg. And as we were talking in that girls' game, James, it's going to be a test for Lakeland, playing a team that, class-wise is bigger than you. But, I've seen it in high school basketball. Basketball is just a different sport, because you just got 5 guys. And, if you got a good 1A team, you can play at the upper levels, if you've got the ability. I have not seen Warrensburg play this year, but that will be very, very interesting. And, of course, it's a quick turnaround. That's kind of the one thing that maybe concerns me tonight for Lakeland is they played just on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
So against another good team. So they've only had 1 day's rest. And they're going to have to be ready to go tonight for sure. And then you got to turn around and play again tomorrow. Lakeland boys will be playing tomorrow as well. So that'll be tough. But, hey, that's just how it goes. Once you get to this point in the season, you're playing in a lot of tournaments, and it's just part of it. But I'd say there's probably some players that would rather be playing than practicing. So
that's right.
I guess you got to look at it that way.
That's right. You can practice all you want, but the experience you get from actually playing the game is you just can't practice that.
That's right. And sometimes, high school basketball practice at this point in the year sometimes becomes a grind a little bit as well. As Morgan missing the shot here for Eldo. Got off balance a little bit as we start the second quarter. This has been a very good ball game. 10-7, Grandview on top. Watkins, deep three, missed it. Morgan on the rebound. And Bulldogs, they're pushing the pace. They're trying to run up and down the floor with this Grandview team, and it's kind of a shootout style right now. We'll see how that plays out in the second half if one team kind of gets tired as Collins missing the three.
Yeah, and Eldo's is doing a very good job at defense here because these guys are so tall and they've got speed. And
deep three, Cheatham, man, way out there.
They've just missed shots like that, which, that's why they don't have a huge lead here. They've made those types of mistakes.
Yeah, that zone has been pretty effective for Eldo to pack it in, make it tough on these big guys inside.
I'm very impressed with what Eldo's doing here. I'm not really for sure what their record is.
7-7. That's according to Misha, so that sometimes isn't accurate, but that's all we have as we get a shot in and a foul. Robert Roverson, 6'4" guard, another senior, nice finish there. And
that did count.
They were a little bit late getting it up, but it did count. So 12-7. In favor of Grandview. 3-point play opportunity coming up here for Robert Roverson.
For a team that's 7-7, and then they're going up against a team that's played a lot more games, a lot more height, and definitely let's just say it, they got a lot of talent out here in Grandview.
13-7. That second one went in there on the free throw for Roverson. So El Dorado got to quickly respond as a shot missing for Robinson, and rebound for Grandview quickly the other way. Acrobatic shot, Watkins missing. Boy, this is up and down, and this is the style Eldo likes to play. There's a nice little shot fake by Collins. Good use of the head fake as he got Robinson in the air, and strong finish. So 13-9. El Dorado working their way back into this as we tick down to the end of the first half. Staying with that 2-3 extended zone. Cheatham with it up top. Watkins, there's that high post look that you got to try to deny with that zone. You don't want it to try to get to that high post area. So you can see how they've got, you've got 4 guys in around Downey in there at 6'7". And Allen has been on the bench for a while, their other 6'7" guy, as a deep 3 here missing for Roberson, and the rebound into the hands of the Bulldogs. And really, I think Eldo's done a good job rebounding against this height as well. Sometimes it is a little harder to rebound against a zone. Morgan in the paint, gets hammered, and he'll go to the line. Nice job. That was a tough catch there by Gavin in the middle of the lane, and somehow was able to get that shot off with all those guys around him, and he's going to be going to the line. They're going to give the foul to Robert Roberson. Be his first team foul, number 2 on Grandview.
Just barely missed that one.
Couple subs now for Coach Joel Braden's team, as Bulldogs will get number 42, Chad Ramsey, into the ball game for the first time tonight, and also coming back is Ian Esri. Second free throw no good, but got the rebound, and then it's dribbled off of the foot of Cheatham. Ramsey has it inside. He missed the shot, was falling down. That was a tough shot for him. And now Cheatham, nice pass. Roberson with the finish. And I just don't know if Eldo is going to be able to go up and down with these guys. I mean, they're just so athletic and fast, and if you get into a run-and-gun situation. And the other thing with that too, James, is it keeps you away from getting into your zone defense. If you're playing up and down and allowing them to run out up and down the floor, up and, with run-out baskets, you can't get into that 2-3, and you give up those transition shots.
Well, I'm impressed with both of these teams so far. This is the first chance that I've had to actually take a look at either one of these.
Steal for Watkins, missed the shot. Allen, though, back in there. He gets it back and scores it. So he'd been on the bench a little while, but he's back in now. So they got both 6'7" guys on the floor, and we got a timeout called by El Dorado. So largest lead of the game now for Grandview Christian as they lead it 17-9. I want to thank again Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Aaron Collins, our timeout sponsor.
Yeah, really appreciate him. He's located in the Clinton Corners, if you know where that's at in Clinton, and actually shares the same. It's the same shopping center as where Menard Bookkeeping and Tax and Bookkeeping. I got that wrong. Which is where my wife works at. It's the middle of tax season right now, but she's still able to.
Busy time.
Yeah, get over here.
Busy time for sure. Yeah, we really appreciate all of our sponsors. It would not be possible without them. Again, we're bringing you coverage here from the Clinton tournament all week long, all 21 games here, streaming live. HD level quality. So El Dorado with the ball. Still some time here at the end of the half to make a run, but they're facing their biggest deficit of the night. Robinson out top, Ramsey left side.
We're just a couple of 3-point away from El Dorado, in this game, and possibly even getting back and taking a lead.
And here's another run out, and that's what you don't want. Liz missed it. Allen gets it back, and an and one. Bucket good, and he's fouled. So that'll give him 17 up on the board, and 7 now for Dallas Allen, the 6'7" senior post. And they gave the foul to Chad Ramsey, his first.
3:55 on the clock.
And actually they gave that. No, they did give it to Ramsey, yeah. Thought they had 40, but it was 42. So second free throw missed. Bulldogs the other way with it. Collins has 5 to lead the way thus far for Eldo. He's got the ball left side against that man-to-man. Very aggressive defense for Grandview, making it tough on Eldo to get a shot. Robinson under the basket, out to Collins.
Looked like he was going to try to take the 3 there, but he didn't.
Esri up top, working against Roberson, and has it knocked away from him out of bounds. So it's going to be Eldo ball here underneath their own basket with 3:20 left here in the first half. Oh, that was a hot potato coming in there. Esri Able to corral it, though. Brings it out near midcourt. And here's where, playing a tall team like Grandview out on the perimeter, you really got to be precise with your passes. They really, those passing windows get so much smaller when you're trying to pass it around all this length that they have. And there's a great possession for El Dorado. They swish the three. Ian Esri nails it. That is just perfect ball movement to be able to work the ball, move the defense, and then get that kind of a shot. That's excellent for El Dorado.
Absolutely. And I mentioned earlier that, hitting those three balls may be the key to getting them back.
Yeah, I think so. I think they're going to have to get hot from three because the chances of them scoring much inside are slim with the height advantage that Grandview has. So 19-12, El Dorado's kind of hung in there. They withstood that run a moment ago, and now making them work, making them swinging around with this zone defense. That's what you want. Liz on the drive into the paint. Nice move, but missed the shot. McKinney tips the rebound, and then we get a foul on the baseline. That's a great defensive possession for El Dorado Springs. You make them reverse that ball a couple times. You want that ball to go from both sides of the floor. They denied the post, so that's an excellent job by Coach Braden with his defense. And this is a big possession here. If El Dorado can score, I mean, they're right back to within 5 here right before the half. So this has been a big turnaround. Good look for Collins. Missed it. That was a good look, though. Cheatham the rebound. Here's Allen. Nice pass inside to set up Roberson, and he'll score it to make it 21-12. That's a great pass.
It's exactly what they got to avoid there is those passes to the inside. That height is just going to eat them up.
Here's Morgan, has it blocked, and there's the height right there. Again, Downey now. Here's Allen, coast to coast. He is smooth with the basketball, and the Downey with the finish. So just like that, about a 4-point swing in a minute. And Grandview leads it 23-12. Tough shot for Preston Robinson, no good. Here's Cheatham, goes up and gets hammered at the other end. Looked like McKinney was going for the block there. And I think some Grandview fans were maybe wanting an intentional foul there, but I don't think it was. It was a hard foul, but it's a clean foul. So Cheatham to the line.
It looks like El Dorado Springs is picking on the shortest guy on the team. Of course, he's only 6 foot.
Yeah, 6 foot. Exactly. Yeah, most nights he's one of the taller guys for sure. As Cheatham missing the first, but he has yet to score in the ball game, so they've done a good job on him. But over half of their points from Allen and also from Downey. Cheatham spins it one time and got that second one. So 24-12.
Cheatham's now on the board.
Coming up on a minute left here in the first half. McKinney, nice drive, but he got off balance, and boy, did that shot, I think that shot hit the backboard, James.
It did.
Yeah, they're pointing. Watkins like, hey, it hit, that should be out of bounds, but.
Yeah. It did. I can hit the instant replay. We can check it.
Well, you may. Well, the other official is going to say that hit, that it didn't. Wow. So that's an interesting call. But yeah, I'd like to see that one again. But I think El Dorado caught a break there because that looked like it hit the backboard, which should have been out of bounds. But here's where you got to take advantage of it. Catch a break. Now you got to score. Collins for Morgan. Under a minute left in the half. And there's a foul. They're going to get a hand check out top on Cheatham. So that'll stop the clock. Cheatham picks up his first. So Eldo ball far boundary.
We're talking about the El Dorado Springs boys. Might want to mention how well the girls team is actually doing this year. They are kind of on fire. Got a breakaway here.
Look out. Oh, he tried to dunk it but missed it. Came up just short.
He may be hurt.
Yeah, and that's Robert Roberson. He's slow to get up, but they get the putback off of it. He went up, tried to jam it with one hand, and almost got it.
He was definitely a little shaken there.
And there's another steal. So El Dorado's had some problems taking care of the basketball. Oh, and a block. Morgan, nice job there, swats it out of bounds, but it's going to stay with Grandview. They lead it 26-12. Final 21 seconds here of the first half. But I just really think Eldo's going to have to slow the game down a little bit, and because if you get out and try to run, it's going to be a lot harder value the basketball. And I think that's where they lead themselves into some of these turnovers when they get going a little too fast.
15 seconds on the clock.
Cheatham will throw it back to Watkins, so we'll see if they take the final shot here of the half. They push out that zone. But the zone really has worked pretty well. It's been a 2-3 for Eldo against his size. Here's Watkins trying to create. Cheatham, good if it goes. Oh, missed it just short. Just a little short.
In.
Yeah, so that'll take us to halftime. And a really entertaining first half, though, in this one. First boys game of the tournament here tonight. A round-robin situation here at the Clinton Boys Tournament. 6 teams involved, and it's 26-12 in favor of Grandview Christian leading El Dorado Springs. Here at the break, want to mention our sponsors: Primitive Old Crow, Oak Star Bank, the Landmark Restaurant, Jim Resick Auto Group, Hankins Grain, Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Aaron Collins, C Squared, Hobby Time Motorsports, and Bernard Tax and Bookkeeping. So, James, this has been fun, man. I've really enjoyed it so far. We've got 2 games in the books, 1 more after this one. So 4 tonight, 4 tomorrow. It just keeps on going, and it's going to be a fun week, I think. Hopefully the weather cooperates. I don't want to jinx anything, but I know there is a chance weather-wise, but I think we might have a day in there. I think we were looking in that last game, Thursday, they might be able to make 2 up if they had to.
Well, you've got that, and I did talk to Jason Abner.
Okay. What did he say? I'm interested to hear how they would do that.
Said what they'll do is they'll split up.
Okay.
And they'll play games at the middle school, which is the old high school here in Clinton.
Oh, okay.
So I asked, and I specifically asked, will the consolation side of the bracket go play over there?
Okay.
And he nodded yes. So
right.
If there is a deal that they can't do games because of weather, then they'll make those games up by doing 2 at the same time.
Doing it at the middle school, yeah, which is just down the road from here. So for us, how is that going to
Well, that's a very good question, and honestly, we can't be in 2 places at once.
Yeah.
Next year, that may not be a problem, and in fact, that's our goal, is that to not be a problem, and we want to cover more sports that way. But to get back to this, we will stay in this gymnasium here, where the winner's side of the brackets will play.
Right.
So.
Yeah,
we would keep your fingers crossed that we don't have that weather. We've had enough of it.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I was really hoping, I'm like, gosh, it's been a problem the last couple weeks, and we've had some games canceled. So I'm hoping, hey, the week of the Clinton tournament, maybe it's all out of our system. But I know there is a slight chance, tomorrow night. So I don't know. It could be a situation where we strictly just lose Tuesday night. But I guess even if they do have to cancel Tuesday, that would still mean they would have to split up, right? So
yeah, they'll have to split up.
They'd have to split it once they get to Thursday in the losers bracket round. So yeah, that's what we would have to do. So that would prevent us from covering, every single game, obviously. So we would miss, I guess, 2. You'd potentially miss, I guess, about 4 games. On those losers. But after Wednesday, I think the weather is supposed to be okay. I don't think there's any more threat of it at this point. So we'll just have to wait and see, but we'll have basketball for you either way right here. And, again, we want to thank C Squared Embroidery Screen Printing, streaming live on their Facebook page throughout the tournament, also on Primitive Old Crow, the Landmark Restaurant. Of course, you can see us on James Hinkle's Facebook and YouTube, and also the Radford Media Group YouTube page, and also we're streaming this game tonight on the El Dorado Springs Chamber of Commerce Facebook page as well. So we appreciate them letting us do that.
I brought up some graphics here for you just to kind of help visualize how these brackets work. On your screen now, you can see that you've got the different pools, shall we say, how and when they're going to or who they're going to play. So from this, let me see if I can get this back here. They'll figure out who plays, and then it'll go over to your more traditional-looking brackets that you saw over there on the left-hand or right-hand side of the graphic there. But what we'll do is we will fill in on the right-hand side if it was a win and a loss, and then of course if you got several that win one and lose one, then it comes down to a tiebreaker by 13 points. So. That's kind of how that works, and then If it comes down to a 13-point, everybody gets a 13-point spread or whatever it is, then
right.
it comes down to a coin flip.
Right.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah, I was going to say, how likely is that the coin flip option? That's, the odds of that are infinitesimal, so to speak.
It's mathematically possible,
right?
But really how these tournaments work out is you'll have two teams that will win both their games.
Yes.
And then they'll play in the championship. And then you'll probably have two teams that will have win one, lose one, and then they'll play for third place. And then, of course, the other two teams will play in the consolation bracket, basically. So that's usually how these work. Sometimes you'll have two teams that win both their games, and then everybody else goes 1-1, and then it comes down to that 13-point tiebreaker. So just a little explanation there on a different kind of bracket that they're playing here.
Yeah, and earlier tonight, if you're just joining us, we've already wrapped up a couple girls' games. First game tonight was Nevada. They were the top seed. They blew out Harrisonville 75-28. And then our second game tonight featured second-seeded Adrian against Lakeland, and Adrian won that ball game pretty easily, 63-31. That was kind of a weird game because it was pretty close in the first half, but Adrian pulled out and ran away with it in the second half. So the Adrian girls will advance to Wednesday's semifinal. They will play the winner of Hogan Prep and Clinton. That game will be played tomorrow night at 9. And then the other Wednesday semifinal will be played at 4:30, and that will feature Nevada taking on the winner of Warrensburg and Odessa. And, of course, our nightcap tonight still to be played. Our final game of the first day of the tournament will feature Warrensburg against Lakeland. As you can see there on our graphics, or he may have had it up a moment ago, but so should be some entertaining basketball as we move through the week, James. Of course, the Clinton boys will play their first game tomorrow at 4:30, and they will be looking to get a big win in that one. And, the Clinton teams obviously want to do well playing here on their home floor, and but it's tough. I mean, it's a tough field, and they've got some good teams in this tournament. And I think to Jason Abner, the athletic director here at Clinton, to his credit, they've made this a tough, highly competitive tournament that a lot of the area teams want to play in.
It is. I tell you what, Lakeland coming in, and they are a smaller school, and they're probably the smallest school here, actually. Now that I think about it. They're going to face teams that they normally wouldn't play at all. I mean, how often would they get a chance to play, Grandveiw Christian?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is
virtually never.
virtually never.
It's the geography is definitely not there for two schools like that to play each other. And Clinton, by the way, they'll play El Dorado. They'll play this El Dorado team, the boys will, tomorrow at 4:30. And Clinton girls play tomorrow at 9 against Hogan Prep. We'll also have both of those games streaming live with video right here, but certainly it'll be live audio as well on KDKD.
That is correct. I just see number 11, Dallas Allen. He has slam dunked the ball a few times.
Yeah. Yeah,
but he wasn't the one that went for it in the game here, was he?
No, that was the Roberson kid. Yeah, he went up and almost got it. Was a little bit off balance and actually was a little bit injured after that, after he missed the dunk, but got back up and is all right. But Allen's minutes were limited, in the first half. For some reason, he wasn't in any foul trouble, I don't think, was he? I was looking at up on the board. Yeah, he didn't have any fouls, so I'm not really sure, but he sat there for a good 5 to 10 minutes before they brought him back in. So they had played most of that first half really with not both of their 6'7" guys on the floor at the same time, which is kind of weird, but I don't know. Maybe that's just the way they like to do it, mix it up a little bit, maybe try to negate the zone that El Dorado's played them a little bit, but we'll see. It's going to be an interesting second half, I think. And El Dorado, I think you got to slow the ball down. You got to find a way to get good half-court shots. They had a possession there. I distinctly remember it because they had really great ball movement. I mean, it was just perfectly done. So I think that's how you're going to be able to beat this team. You want to slow it down a little bit, try to get more possessions, play that tight zone defense in the half court, and not let them get out and run up and down the floor. And try to dunk on you or get wide open layups. Those run-out transition baskets are really the kinds of things that El Dorado will have to avoid giving up here in the second half. And see Jason Abner down there. He is sporting the Kansas City Chiefs shirt, and I don't know if anybody knows this, but there is a football game of interest coming up Sunday, and I think they are doing a Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl week here at Clinton High School. I actually had seen that on the high school Facebook page here at Clinton, and they said they're going to do. You can dress up. I think one day was a Mahomes wig day. You can wear the Patrick Mahomes hair, and then the jersey, and then the Miami apparel day. So everybody's getting into this. I mean, it's a big deal, and they should. I mean, this is a great opportunity, certainly for the Kansas City Chiefs, and there are people all over this state that will be glued in on Sunday afternoon, you can bet.
Well, everybody in the Midwest is making a big deal out of this. I mean, it's been 50 years.
50 years, that's right.
That's
right. Yeah, it's a huge deal, just an absolute huge deal, and we are
there are not very many people alive that saw that game when they played 50 years ago.
Not too many. Well, they've seen highlights, but they weren't here with us at the time, that's for sure. So we're ready to get going here in our second half.
I wasn't even born yet.
Grandview. You sure you wouldn't date yourself here? No. They get the basket. There's Downey, and
I wasn't alive yet.
He's been a handful. 8 points for him, and it's 28-12. So this is a critical first part of the third quarter here for Eldo. And there's a nice shot as they get exactly what they needed. That's Esri off the dribble. It's a strong finish for him. So 28-14.
And up off the glass, misses, rebounded by Grandview and in.
Yeah, that's Allen using that size. Strong finish. So Allen has 9, and it's 30-14 Grandview. Collins almost had it taken away.
Yeah, he reached around the backside to grab that ball.
Collins, nice bounce pass into Preston Robinson. He'll kick out McKinney for 3. Got it. Nothing but net.
That might be the key for them. Pass it inside, pass it back out. Get your guy open and hit the 3.
The drive and kick is critical. Trying to get it back to 10 right now, down 30-17. They go into Downey. They double-team him at the block. He's going to put it on the floor. Nice backdoor pass. Liz missed it, got it back, missed again. Man. Couple chippies there, didn't go in. Eldo looking to take advantage. Collins, big shot here, 3 ball, missed. Oh, that's got to be an over the back. Yeah, good call. Allen was all over the back of McKinney. Just his first foul, though, and that's the other thing. These 2 6-7 posts for Grandview, they've stayed out of foul trouble as well. They do a good job of playing aggressive defense without fouling. Well, Collins out top, McKinney now with the dribble. Almost walked. Nice backdoor pass. Esri scores it. That's a beautiful pass. That's exactly how you draw it up. So they're inching their way. Got it back to 11 here. 5:54 to go in the third.
It seems like, Grandview's is obviously got a good team here, but they could easily beat themselves with some of the way that they're playing.
That's a great kick out by Downey, and Watkins sticks the 3. That's just a perfect setup that time to get that 3 ball. He forced the zone to cave in. Everybody thinks Downey's going to shoot it, and then he pops it back out, and you don't have that extra defender out there to cover the 3. So Esri up top.
Just want to remind everybody that we want as many people to see this game as possible, so if you would go ahead and share this.
Watkins has it blocked. Morgan, nice board. And there's a shot missing. Collins, though, got it back, scores it, and he's fouled. Nice follow there by Collins, and he'll be at the line. 3-point play. Yeah, go ahead and finish your thought there, James.
Well, I was getting ready to say, they're not putting the points up on the board. I thought the ref called that good. So, have you ever been to El Dorado Springs and actually drank from the spring water there?
I have not. I have been to El Dorado, but What, do they have a Fountain of Youth down there or something?
Yeah, they do. It's Ponce de Leon. That's what he was looking for. And now don't tell anybody that because it's a secret.
Is it still a secret?
It's still a secret.
2020, and somehow they've kept it a secret then. That's pretty amazing. So 33-22 our score. Here's a nice take. Allen inside. Downey scores it. It's a great job there. Good ball movement for him.
Yeah, and it's hard to defend against passes like that. I mean, that's nicely executed.
Robinson, Esri up top for the Bulldogs. He gets a high pick, dribbles around it, kicks it back out. Collins, he'll reset out near midcourt. Morgan has it taken away. Stripped by Liz to Allen. Nice pass. Back to Liz. Bucket good. Just how you draw it up. So Grandview, they're in a nice rhythm right now. 37-22. They lead it. 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, El Dorado Springs really kind of kept them from getting into a rhythm in the first half.
Another steal. Wow. Liz here. Breakaway. Watkins. Liz.
Yes.
Back to Allen. Wow.
A very unselfish play there by these guys.
Great, great passing. So timeout. El Dorado. 39-22.
Any three of those guys actually could have taken that shot, but they just kept on passing it off to the guy that had the best shot.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's exactly what you want from an open floor transition opportunity, no doubt. So timeout here, and this is the largest deficit of the game for El Dorado. I want to thank Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Aaron Collins, our timeout sponsor, all through the tournament here. And also, as we continue into the second part, we were talking earlier, going to pick up some more Lakeland games in the regular season. Still, of course, have our weekly Clinton game of the week.
There's also a possibility that we might get some Montrose as well.
Pick up a couple.
We're looking at probably the 14th of February doing a game in Kingsville. If that works out, that's not set in stone, so don't hold me to that. And also the 10th, we're looking at possibly doing.
Is that the Wheatland?
No, yes, that is Wheatland.
Is that the Wheatland night? Okay, yeah.
That's on a Monday, so that's a little difficult for us to make it to because of our work schedules.
Yeah, we just have to see how the scheduling works out, and of course you'll keep everybody updated on your Facebook page the schedules in terms of the times and the dates. So big point in this game, El Dorado really going to have to bear down to try to claw their way back as we come down to the end of the third, as they come out of this timeout trailing at 39-22, but still a lot of time to do it. But they are really going after the basketball now. Grandview, aggressive defense trying to get these steals. Robinson nails it.
Three.
Wow, he was from way out there. He shot that one.
Beautiful.
Shot it from Harrisonville. He was so far. Man, oh, man.
Which the Harrisonville girls played earlier tonight.
Yeah, they shot several of those too. 75 points for them tonight as they rolled over, they got rolled over by Nevada, but Harrisonville, I think they're going to get better.
You know what? That's one thing that I noticed in that game is that they have a lot of talent.
Yeah.
But the mechanics just aren't quite there yet.
And a young team as well.
Oh, yeah.
But that, and as we talked about in that game, that's a great Nevada team, and a team that's beaten a lot of teams bad, not just Harrisonville.
Ranked in the top 10 in the state.
That's right. So, Eldo, big opportunity here. They get that quick three from Robinson, and now, I thought he was going to tee up another one. He hesitated a little bit, now lost the handle on it. Out to Collins. There's a good look. Got it. So back-to-back threes for El Dorado, and just like that, folks, it's back to 39-28 and a timeout called by Grandview. So that shows you just how quickly things can change. You stick a couple threes, and that's the thing with basketball. Momentum can change in such a hurry, and what looks like, a 12 or 15-point lead, it can evaporate pretty quickly.
Yeah, of course, there's a timeout, and our timeout sponsor is Missouri Farm Bureau, Aaron Collins.
Aaron's going to have a rooting interest in this next game, I think, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He definitely is. His brother is the head coach of the Lakeland boys. He's
done a great job as well. What are they out to? I think they're 13-4, something like that.
13-3.
13-3, okay.
I
yeah,
believe.
because they did lose Saturday to a very good Dora team.
Yeah, they played in Boonville. That's your hometown.
No, in Bolivar.
Bolivar.
Yep.
My bad.
Yeah, that's my hometown, right down the road. I live over there by, actually, the SBU campus. That's where they played. The game was at Southwest Baptist University's gym, so that's always a neat deal for them. And the SBU shootout has been a very competitive thing that they've done over the last several years. And they get a lot of those, kind of the Ozarks, the southern part of the state. A lot of those teams come up and play in that, similar to what the Clinton girls did, when they went up to Warrensburg and played in that shootout deal on a Saturday afternoon. So
yeah, and they played Dora. Good team.
Good team, yeah.
Very good team.
Good, solid 1A team that's been in the mix in the state playoffs last few years. High post here, Allen with it out of the timeout. So Eldo on a little run. We'll see if they can keep at it. Irving lives for three, and he nails it. So a quick answer for Grandview. That gets it back to 42-28. And that's where you just can't afford to trade buckets with him. Eldo will have to get some stops here, especially as we go into the final quarter.
1 minute, 40 seconds left.
But they're chipping away. Collins, how about another? Missed it. Karam into the hands of Downey. Nice rebound there. Now Watkins for Cheatham.
You got to take those shots, though.
Yeah, that's a good look. I mean, that's something your Coach Braden isn't going to be unhappy with that look, and he'll take those. But you work the ball a little bit, got an open shot. Now Downey in there, and he'll be fouled. So Downey going to the line here. So they're 2, 6, 7 guys. They've got double figures from both of them. Downey has 10. Allen has 11. And again, they're both listed at 6'7". And both are seniors as well, I believe. Yeah, they are. So they are tough to stop.
Yeah, a lot of height there.
Yeah, I mean, that's a combination. I mean, not a lot of high schools at any level have that kind of height. When you've got two guys that can both post up, I mean, it just presents a matchup nightmare, and I'm sure a lot of teams play them zone. This isn't the first zone defense they've seen. So Downey knocks it down to make it 44-28, give him 12. Coming up on a minute left here in the third quarter. McKinney looking for the backdoor pass, almost fitted in, but a nice steal by Dallas Allen. Gets it to Downey, and he walked. Yeah, no doubt. Took a full step there and cradled the basketball. But neither team tonight, James, has had that many turnovers. I've got them down for 10 and Eldo for 6, so it almost feels like Eldo should have more. Of course, those are unofficial. They actually may have a few more, but they had a stretch there where they did have a couple in a row that actually led to a Grandview run. So if you take those out, that stretch there, I mean, this game could be tied. I mean, it could be that big of a difference maker had you eliminated some of these El Dorado turnovers tonight.
Absolutely. El Dorado, I mean, like we were talking about earlier, a few, 3 buckets away from, being right back in here. And here comes one right there. It does miss.
Oh, man, that would have been a big one. Esri
long pass.
Unable to get that. And here's Liz trying to fire it inside of Roverson. It's knocked out of bounds. It's going to be off Eldo. Substitution for the Bulldogs here. And
one thing that we haven't mentioned tonight, I don't think in any of the games, I don't know, you guys, Stacy called one of the earlier games, but we did have a tragedy in the basketball world.
Yes,
of course, the
big one.
A sad situation, and some more news had come out today that the 13-year-old daughter was actually in the aircraft with them when it went down.
Yeah.
So that's just, you hate to see that. 13 years old. I think they were going to practice. That's what I heard.
Well, I think they were going to a game.
They
were going to a game at his academy that he had out there in California. Of course, if you don't know what we're talking about, it's Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant death, to put that in perspective, a lot of these kids out on this floor watch Kobe Bryant. They're of that generation. Of course, some of these kids probably would have been pretty young even at the tail end of his career, but so many kids at the high school and college level watched him play. He's an iconic player, as Ramsey misses the 3 there as we end the third quarter. But a lot of these kids, they knew exactly who Kobe Bryant was. And Kobe Bryant, I said this to my dad the other day when it happened. I said, you didn't have to really be a basketball fan or even watch much basketball to know who Kobe Bryant was. I mean, he was that big of an iconic athlete, not just for basketball, but in all of sports. So it definitely was a very, very tragic day yesterday in California.
You know, one thing, as even though I'm not an actual airplane pilot, I do have a drone pilot's license, which is called a Part 107. And to kind of explain what happened or what they think happens is if you're flying in fog, that means that there's a lot of moisture in the air. And that moisture in the air keeps the rotors from having lift, which keeps you in the air. Now, in an airplane, if that happens, you start to drift down. In a helicopter, you don't have that luxury. You can't just glide down. It just drops. And my understanding is the weather conditioning, it was a little foggy. A lot of people I've heard say, well, why didn't they just fly straight up? Well, that's why, is because if they would have gone up, they would have gone into thicker, foggier conditions, which makes it difficult for
lift.
For the lift, which could cause them to crash anyway. So the pilots, it sounds like they did the right thing. It just happens.
Well, we'll have to have the official investigation. Again, it's early, but you don't want to speculate. But it's just a tragedy, and there's just no doubt about it. As Eldo here starting the quarter with the ball, they almost turned it over. Well, actually, Morgan was out of bounds there, so he was almost able to tightrope that sideline. But this is where you've just got to take care of the basketball. Right now, Eldo facing one of those deficits where it's going to be hard to come back if they can't hang on to the ball. So Liz, left side. Ooh, trying to fit that into Downey. Lobbed it up to him. And kind of hard to overshoot a 6'7" post player. But
I was getting ready to say, how you miss that guy?
That's tough to do, but he put it up a little bit too tall for him. McKinney to Collins. Nice drive. Ooh, and a clean block. They said no foul, but they get the putback, or they get the kick out off the rebound. Rebound inside. Now they go into Collins, and now he'll score. So good job there. Second effort. They get the offensive rebound. That cuts it to 14. Coming up on 7 minutes to go in the ball game. Again, our final game of the night will be Warrensburg against Lakeland. Here's a deep three, and it goes down. Big shot for Ryan Roverson. Gets the lead back to 17. Quick three there for Esri, no good. And look out. Oh, he missed it again. Second missed dunk for Roverson, and he was wide open. He'll probably hear about that a little bit from his teammates, but that happened. And I'm telling you, folks, it's hard to dunk a basketball. I know it looks easy, and I know NBA and college guys make it look easy, but people have no idea. When you get out on that floor and you look up at the rim, especially if you're vertically challenged. Wow,
that was a three ball from way outside.
Yeah, especially if you're vertically challenged like me. You know, you're 5'0", and you're like, how do those guys do that? How do you have
taller than that?
Well, I'm, you know what I mean. I'm not. I can't dunk a basketball. That's what I mean. So it's just a situation where, how do they do that? Well, it's true, but I don't have Spud Webb either in me.
Yeah, that's true.
He was a rarity and an exceptional player. But
he was fun to watch too.
So fun to watch. So fun to watch. So lead is 20 here with 6:06 to go, and I think it's going to be tough right now. They've hit a couple threes. Grandveiw has, and you're just at a spot where you can't really trade buckets with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but El Dorado has really played hard, and they've been in this.
Yeah.
It's just, that height. These guys. I wish we could put a camera down at floor level that you could actually see the height difference. I think being elevated.
Our camera angle doesn't do it justice. That's for sure. Here's Robinson for Esri. But El Dorado's played hard. They've stuck with this zone, but the athleticism taken over now. Liz going to go up, and he'll score it. Strong finish, and draws the foul.
He doesn't go for the dunk there.
So Liz, that'll get him to 13 on the night. Mm-hmm. And it should be 52-30, shouldn't it? Yeah, there they go.
Yeah.
So 22.
My scoreboard's right
lead.
for once.
Yeah.
We get to talking sometimes. I forget to hit that button.
You were quick on the trigger on that one. So full timeout here for El Dorado. And again, we want to thank Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Aaron Collins. Also want to thank Primitive Old Crow, Oak Star Bank, Landmark Restaurant, Jim Rasick, Hankins.
On the loop.
That's right. Hankins Grain, Bernard Tax and Bookkeeping also on the loop as well, as you said. And then Hobby Time Motorsports.
Hobby Time.
Great local businesses, and that's what makes high school sports possible to be brought to you here.
You know, Hobby Time has, their original location is actually in your hometown, down there in Oliver. Yeah.
Okay.
Right there on the highway.
On 13 there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, kind of on the north side of Bolivar, on Highway 13. That's their original location. And then they built this new location on the north side of town, and yeah, got a lot of expensive toys out there.
Oh, I bet. I bet so.
So
yeah.
Yeah, but they do a good business out there. They do a good job, and just friendly people, and so
taking a look
really
at the scoring. Very balanced scoring tonight for Grandview. We've got 3 from Cheatham, 7 from Robinson, 13 out there as well for Irving Liz as he nails the free throw, so 3-point play for him. He's got 14 now. 12 for Downey, and Allen also has 12. So Bulldogs down 23 here with 5:20 to go in the ball game. Collins has had a nice game tonight for Eldo. He leads them with 13, 10 tonight for Esri. Collins going to take a 3 in the corner. Tough shot. Missed it. Had a hand right in his face. Roberson has the rebound for Grandview, and he'll get it to Cheatham.
Just want to say thanks to our camera operators tonight. Chris Ramirez, he's on the center camera, and then Stacy, my wife, who will trade off back and forth producing. She's over on the right wing here.
2 more there for Downey, so it leads up to 25, and then we get a travel on El Dorado. So turnovers have been an issue for the Bulldogs, but just not enough offensive firepower to stay with Grandview. They've definitely put up some more points, Grandview has, than they did in that first half. But as you said, James, this was a 6 to 7 point game, really. Most of the first half, pretty close, but it's opened up a little bit here in the second half.
It really has. El Dorado kept them from getting into a stride and into a rhythm, and it seemed to work, but unfortunately Grandview had kind of figured that out.
Yeah, they hit their rhythm for sure in that third quarter, and that's when it opened up. Here's a driving attempt by Esri, missed it. Another run-out opportunity. Liz layup is good. 27-point lead, and you know, it's going to be tough, James, because Eldo, they've got a quick turnaround. They've got to come back here and play at 4:30 tomorrow against Clinton. So that'll be kind of tough for them, you know, playing one of the later games. Here's a nice shot. Morgan nails the 3.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that, but you are right. That's
the first game
They
tomorrow.
don't even get 24-hour rest.
Yeah, that'll be kind of tough for sure. And of course, Clinton not playing tonight, so here's a deep 3, Roberson off the iron and out. Eldo's hit 3 threes tonight. Collins turns it over. Liz, behind his head with the pass. And there's a bucket inside for Robert Roberson.
Just took a second there, let everybody get up in the air, and he was able to bounce it off the glass and get the point.
Esri is fouled down on the block. I think they're going to give that to Ryan Roberson. They will. So that's just the 4th team foul on Grandview Christian here in the second half. Second personal on Roberson. And Downey's going to come off to the bench now. Boy, Downey has not set much. He has been on the floor most of this game. Allen has set most of the minutes when they've had both of them off the floor, but now they've got Allen out there.
3 minutes now left in the final quarter.
Watkins with the basketball outside. Roberson in the corner. They extend out. But Eldo hadn't come out of that zone. They played it all night. And neither team is pressed at all. Cheatham in the corner.
You know, Eldo's doing something that's kind of neat. They're HGTV. They've got this show where they kind of go in and remodel things. And they are submitting a video. And what they're going to do is, instead of just remodeling a home, they're going to remodel like a business or a part of a town, and they're putting together a video for that. Now, you'd think I would be involved in that, but unfortunately, being tied up with basketball season, I wasn't able to get down there and get things done. I did send them some footage that we'd shot over the summer for a promo that we are doing for the city. So that is coming. That would be so neat to see HGTV come to El Dorado Springs.
There's Ramsey nailing a triple, so he's on the board tonight.
Yeah.
For El Dorado.
I get to talking and I don't update the score, so
now
it is correct.
That's fine.
Now it is correct.
So Watkins with it outside, and Grandview going to advance to the well, I shouldn't say advance because it is round robin, but they're one step closer to advancing potentially to what is going to be the winner's bracket round at the end of the week. Another 3 for Dallas Allen, but I've just been so impressed with Allen and Downey. They're two bigs inside. They're tough. I mean, Grandview is going to be a factor. They're going to be a factor to beat in this tournament later in the week as they almost get another steal there.
Yeah. You know, Grandview's good. There's no doubt about that. But if you take El Dorado and put them up against any other team in this tournament, it's gonna be a close game.
Right, exactly. They match up better. And this was a tough matchup for them just on the account of height.
Yeah.
But see that as we talked about earlier too. I mean, that's one advantage of a team like El Dorado that gets in this tournament. You play a bigger team, and you just play tougher competition, and it just makes you better. I mean, it's a good learning experience for Eldo. But I mean, Eldo's a good team. I mean, they're gonna win, I think, most of the rest of their games. But they definitely are in a tournament that's going to make them better up here at Clinton. I think they'll have a good chance tomorrow against Clinton. Clinton boys have struggled, of course, this year. So
they have struggled a little bit.
That will be an opportunity them potentially to get a victory in that one. So final 47 seconds here. Robinson in the corner out top. And now Robinson will drive. Nice move, and he'll score it. So Preston tonight has 8, 64-42 as we come down to the final 29 seconds. And again, Lakeland getting ready to take on Warrensburg. That'll be coming up next. We'll be off the air for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then we'll be coming back for the start of the final game of the day.
And, of course, when we do come back, for all those Lakeland and Warrensburg fans that we have out there, make sure you hit that share and like button. We want as many people to see this as possible, and that's how you can help us out there.
That'll
Double
do it.
Zeros.
Yep, that'll do it. And final in this one, 64-42. Grandview Christian defeats El Dorado Springs. So they have a 1-0 record now here in pool play, and we'll get ready for their second game coming up, and I think they will play next on, well, actually they may play tomorrow, I believe. We'll double check here. No, they will not. Grandview will not play again until Wednesday. They will play Clinton.
They'll play Clinton.
And Eldo plays tomorrow against Clinton. So Clinton will have the back-to-back on Tuesday and Wednesday. So that'll do it here, folks, for game number 3. Thank you so much again for tuning in, and we'll be off the air here for few minutes or so, and then we'll be coming back. James, he may want to give a final note to our sponsors as well.
We got to do a shout-out to all these sponsors. That'd be Primitive Old Crow, Oak Star Bank, Landmark Restaurant in Lowry City, Jim Rasick, On the Loop, Hankins Grang. You got to say that.
You say it with such affection, too. I love it. I love it.
Well, you know, we did some TV commercials for Jim, and
but Jim's a great guy.
Oh yeah,
I mean, just one of those just great local car dealers. I mean, oh man, what a great business he has over there.
Oh, absolutely. Let me get back through because, of course, we had.
Was it go? Sorry, it's go by see Jim? Do they still say that on the?
Yeah. If you're
go
for car
see
seats,
Jim.
That same jingle you've heard.
That's
for
right.
Probably 30 years.
I just had to say it because I remember that when I was young. You listen to the radio, go see Jim.
Go see Jim. That's right.
It's great. Sorry about that.
No, it's all right. It's all right. Missouri Farm Bureau. That's our timeout sponsor. Thanks a lot for that. Our graphic sponsors, which are now rolling on your screen, of course, is C Squared, embroidery and screen printing, Primitive Old Crow, Hobby Time Sports, and Bernard Tax and Bookkeeping. Of course, you're watching either on one of these, at least one of these live stream channels. That would be C Squared, Embroidery and Screen Printing, Primitive Old Crow, Landmark Restaurant. Of course, Sounds Like Videos, that's us, James Stacy Hinkle, and then, of course, Spencer Edwards, who is our play-by-play announcer. That's also we're also streaming this on our YouTube page as well. So if you prefer the YouTube platform over the Facebook platform, just go over there to Sounds Like Videos. And then also, if you like YouTube over Facebook, there is the Radford Media Group YouTube page. And then, of course, yes, we just finished the El Dorado Springs game. And we are also streaming on El Dorado Springs Chamber of Commerce. Thanks for all of my friends down there. Jackson, I know you're watching. Thanks a lot for making this happen. If it wasn't for you, and then all the rest of the chamber members for that matter. Appreciate you guys a lot. We're out of here. This Sounds Like Videos.